Welcome back to my channel, everybody. My challenge for you today is pick any two Pokemon and then try to make one Pokemon out of the two. That's what me and Type 40 Artist decided to do, coming up right after this. Type 40 Artist, another YouTuber, he reached out to me and had this idea to do a collaboration together, or a challenge, where we would take two Pokemon and smash them together, combine them, do whatever, and make a new Pokemon out of them. And so it was his idea, and I thought that sounded fantastic. And so we decided that we would draw the Pokemon first before we even told each other what we were going to do. And then at the same time we would share them and find out, then at that point we would find out our challenge and find out if we were going to be able to make something out of the two of them. And so I decided to draw a Pinsir. Now, I don't know, I think I kind of underestimated myself a little bit. One of the reasons I decided to draw a Pinsir is because he is very simple, and I was worried that if Type 40 Artist drew a Pokemon that was very complex or difficult to draw, maybe with somebody that I wasn't, like a new Pokemon that I didn't even know about, because I'm not fully updated on Pokemon all the time, that it would be difficult. And so I was kind of just worried. I was trying to take the easy way out. You know, I could like at least put some these Pinsir horns on whatever creature he put and call it new. So, but it ended up being a lot of fun, and having done it once, I would be, I think, if I did it again, in fact, I would love to do it again. It's a fun challenge. I would be more creative with the Pokemon I choose, because there's really so many ways you could take it, so many things you could change. All the Pokemon have a lot of elements, and just fun to try and combine them. And so it ended up working out really good. And actually there were two things I love about this challenge is, number one, it requires you to look at reference images, unless of course like you already know Pokemon really well and can draw them out of your memory, but I don't. So I had to look up reference images to draw something, which is a great practice for people who want to learn to draw, to find references and to try and recreate them and see the details and the shapes and just practice that way. And so this did that, and in addition to looking at references, it forced me to be creative and make changes, because you're combining elements. So I couldn't, not just copying something, but looking at something and then adding to it. And this was a great challenge to build that, to practice and to build those artistic skills. So I had a fun time with it, and I think it ended up looking pretty good. So here is my Pinsir. It's very simple, very straightforward. I just colored him in there, and I showed it to Type 40 Artist, sent it to him, he sent his to mine, and I'll show you what he gave me. Drum roll, please. Type 40 Artist chooses Empoleon. Check it out. This is his drawing here that he gave me. Looks pretty well. Looks pretty good, I mean. And so threw them in a black hole there with a little fun animation. And now we're going to see what comes out. Combine them together. Now I started with some sketches, and I decided this time I was going to force myself to do more than one sketches. Because, I just wanted to, I don't know. Basically, sometimes I just get going straight ahead, and I wanted to force myself to be more creative and to think of other ideas and not just go with the first thing that pops to my head, because I don't do sketches a lot, and I think it helps with creativity. And so I ended up pulling out 4 different sketches here and narrowed it down to the one I liked best. I think this was the second one I drew, so the last two, I mean, it was good. It was a good option to have all the options, but I ended up going with my second choice here. I just thought he looked kind of fun and unique, and I really like that those horns he has that come from Empoleon. In fact, I was looking at the website Bulbapedia. It's a Wikipedia page for Pokemon, and it talks about kind of what these Pokemon are made of. And that's not right. Kind of the inspiration for them. And I'm noticing, and maybe you already knew this, but Pokemon, it seems, are almost always based off of real animal, real thing, real insect. In a lot of cases, maybe not always, but they're not just random monsters. They have a little bit of a connection to reality. And so Pinsir is a beetle. You may have guessed that. I'd never thought of that, but he's like a little beetle with horns, essentially, but a Pokemon version. And Empoleon resembles a penguin. He has the shape of a penguin, and his name even, Empoleon, kind of sounds like Emperor Penguin. The really cool horns that he's got, it looks kind of like a trident, which, you know, is like a seafaring symbol. And penguins are aquatic animals, you know. But those yellow horns looked so familiar, like I had seen them on a penguin. I looked it up. There's this penguin with big bushy yellow eyebrows that's called a rockhopper penguin. So you can see a lot of the inspiration from penguin in this Pokemon. And I thought that was really cool. The crown above his eyes, it's a little subtle detail, but seems like an emperor penguin as well. So I try to keep a lot of details from both of these Pokemon to really, you know, show that it is a combination of the two, but at the same time have a sense of cohesion and make it come together. And I was glad that the color scheme seemed to work. I decided to bring in some of the color from Pinsir, and I think because there's yellow in the Empoleon that it still kind of worked, because yeah, it turned out pretty good. And I think mine kind of looks like a beetle still, you know, like a flying beetle or a horned beetle, and so still has some of that interesting imagery. So yeah, that's it pretty much. Here is my final. I hope you like it. Now don't forget to go check out Type 40 Artist's video to see how he combined these two Pokemon. His was really great, a really fun version too, and I'm excited to see his process and to watch him do it. So let's jump on over to his channel and check it out. I had a good time doing this, and I hope that you enjoyed watching it. So please remember to smile. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, consider giving it a thumbs up. And, you know, I'd love to hear your comments down below. And of course, don't forget to go check out Type 40 Artist's channel. He has a bunch of art videos, and he is very talented, very great. Give him a subscribe. Check out his videos. I'll put a link to the video of his results to this challenge down below, and check it out. Please, have a good day, and I'll see you next time.